Going it alone. Clearly, the easiest way to make spiritual progress is to find someone who will teach you. Living saints or spiritual masters will do this, of course, but first you have to find them. In ages past, perhaps because people were more honest and innocent, calling someone a spiritual master actually meant something. Today, it appears to be just another way to make money and have influence. This does not mean that legitimate saints no longer exist. However, the process of sorting them out of the growing collection of fakes has become much more complex. Therefore, here we want to run through some basic principles of spiritual techniques and give a general idea of their meanings and uses. Meditation. People are guaranteed to have at least one spiritual experience. That experience will happen when they die. If it is their only spiritual experience, then their ability to handle it is likely to be limited. The purpose of meditation, when used for spiritual purposes, is to cause the event sequence which takes place at the time of death to happen earlier, when the person is nowhere near death. The common phrase is dying daily. The reason to practice dying is to solve problems in the practice sessions, which, if left unsolved, will be likely to result in reincarnation. Let us take an example from the Tibetan Book of the Dead. A person dies. He sees a bright light. The light frightens him. Then he notices a safe dark cave and goes into the cave to get away from the bright light. But the safe dark cave is really the womb of some pregnant creature, hopefully human, possibly not, and so a new physical lifetime begins. This experience cannot be changed because it occurred at the time of, for real, death. However, experiences in practice sessions are not permanent because the physical body still lives. Consequently, if the person in the above example had learned the truth about the safe dark cave in a practice session, then the reincarnation could have been avoided. Early meditation experiences are highly individualized and are a function of that person's karmas. Consequently, there is no handbook for what one will see. At higher levels, there are standard landmarks, such as the causal plane landscape, which everyone who passes through will see. The aim of meditation is to go into the inner worlds as far as you can while alive, so that anything that could be a problem later could be safely experienced and solved now, in the practice or simulation sessions.
Third eye.
The third eye is not physical. However, when it opens, it appears to be an opening in the forehead above the physical eyes. There is no eye there, however, it appears to the experiencer that there is actually an extra eye because he can see the usual things with the usual two eyes and at the same time see something completely different with the third eye. It's really pretty neat. For spiritual purposes, the use for the third eye is look, but don't touch. We want to know what exists on the various planes, but do not want to become involved or strung out with what we see going on. For psychic purposes, the third eye is used to solve practical problems such as psychic healing. In legitimate psychic healing, the healer is looking at the patient's astral body with his third eye. When he touches the patient with his physical hands, he is really reaching into them with his astral hands from his own astral body, which extends slightly beyond the physical body. He works on the patient's astral body in this way to solve the problem. Projection methods. Astral projection methods involve separating the astral body from the physical body and using it to go on little trips. In astral projection, the physical body is not animate. It must be somewhere safe and quiet, like in bed. It does not die because of the silver cord connection, but it also does not move around. Astral projection can be used to shop around the physical and astral planes, but obviously, it cannot be taken to higher planes because it is too gross to interface with the finer matter there. Soul or consciousness projection methods are different in that the astral body remains with the physical body and the physical body is still animate. In these methods, the physical body is apparently being operated by remote control by the soul/consciousness which has projected to another location. This appears to be the method used in the government remote viewing technique because the physical bodies of the viewers are talking at the same time their projected consciousness is viewing. Projecting as a naked soul will allow one to go to any plane that exists. However, you must know how to get there first, which re-emphasizes the desirability of having a competent guide if you can possibly locate one.